Welcome to another edition of onLockGaming interviews. Today we're joined by one of Check 6's players, nikoN. Alright, Invoke, take it away.
What's up, nikoN? So, how many years or like how long have you been on the Steam and Counter-Strike source world and Counter-Strike 1.6?
I've been playing, I think, close to 11 years, but it's been on and off to after about 6.
Oh. And like, what was your status on like 1.6 and source? What kind of leagues and how long have you been playing competitively?
I've been playing competitively for probably about 9 to 10 years, I'd say. Um, I started playing Cal Open. I started in early seasons. I played Cal Open. We didn't make playoffs. Then the following season, I played Cal Open with a new team. We made intermediate. Um, Went on to play intermediate. We got third. We went to play Cal Main. In Cal Main, we won it with Tier 3. And then I went on to play Cal P, which was the second season of Cal P, Season 2. And we won Cal P and went to Cal Invite. Once I hit Cal Invite, I made a switch to Source to play Source Invite with the Borderline team. I played for them for about one season, and I got offered to go back to play 1.6 Invite with Mug and Mouse slash Riot Squad, old school team. So I went to go play with them for about a season, and then I came back to Source.
Well, and you used to play for CyberRev, so tell us about the CyberRev to Check 6 conversion.
The C-Rev thing was more of I decided to make a comeback. I haven't played for about 2 years, like actual Source. I've messed around here and there, but I haven't played a complete season or anything. Um, C-Rev was looking for some people. I joined the team actually before the roster that you saw play most of the season. What ended up happening is there was roster issues, and players ended up leaving, and there was only a 4 max at that point, or two people. I was a good friend of Nearby from years ago when I first started Source. I helped out his teams, and I just said that I'd go ahead and finish out the season for him, since he paid me my league fees and everything for it. So I felt bad if the team in the spot just died. So we ended up just finishing out with just the Pug and a couple of his friends. Nothing too big. Wasn't going to be anything, like I didn't expect to win too many matches. It was just sort of to get him through the season, not go ahead and giving up the forfeit wins and stuff.
And you land some with CyberRev, didn't you? In Baltimore and stuff.
No. Land Champ Baltimore, I was ringing for SP,
That's right.
which is pretty much the Blight gaming team without Sasquatch and Cheeks. I rang for them, and then at Land Champ LA, which is the land before that, I rang for Mika Gaming. So both those teams sort of helped me get back into wanting to play again.
Alrighty, I think Sid has a question. You can take it away.
nikoN, you've heard about Sasquatch dropping back to CEVO Open, have you not?
No.
Well, he dropped from, Invite Professional to help a CEVO Open team, Hell's Gamers. Uh, what's your opinion on that? What do you think of him just dropping like that?
To be honest, most of the professionals don't take CEVO too seriously because um, there's nothing really much to look forward to there. The competition's not as many the ESC invite teams. So CEVO's not really looked at something very important because most of the teams have to prepare for ESCA and try to get to the LAN. So most of the teams don't practice those maps. So it's just probably just a decision of I'm gonna go play for this team because I don't want to put too much effort into it, but I can help some people out at the same time. So it's something that you'll see a lot of the invite players and teams that don't want to play like invite as a full team. They might make pugs of just a couple players here and there, and just make sort of an invite type pug to play CVOP. But to be honest, ESCA seems to be the thing for most invite or professional teams to focus on all the maps, because it becomes too hard to play two sets of the maps the same week.
How do you see like with Check Six and everything? How do you see y'all doing in the future with them?
I say it's doing great. We've been playing. We haven't really gone over any strats really. Mostly, for the most part, it's been calling pug strats. We've been rushing around just to sort of get a feel for what our team can be. For the most part, we haven't had any blowout losses. We've won almost 90% of our scrims, which is good. But for the most part, I mean, we've just been messing around this off season just to see what our strong suits will be on what maps, and versus the invite players, what we can handle and stuff, and what we expect to see from them. So nothing too big. I'm just sort of trying to get back into the mode of things, since this will be my first time actually competing competitively, like on a full-on like practice schedule in almost 2 years.
Like with the season 8 and everything, do you see y'all going to the playoffs and maybe even possibly winning the title?
Oh yeah, we will definitely make playoffs. That's on our goal for sure. Once we get to the playoffs, it's gonna be anyone's game, I think. The teams that will be there and the teams that are being created this season too, the new CREV team, the new EMG lineup, us, Dynamic, it's gonna be hard to see who will win. I know Dynamic will be there in the top 4 no matter what, especially with their new pickup in Anger. But hopefully it'll be good for us. That Check 6, something that they did last season at the ESCA that I noticed from them is that they gave Dynamic a run for their money for the most part during the season, only team to take them to overtime. And they also gave Dynamic a run, excuse me, at ESCA playoffs, because and they didn't really have too much of a strats. They were mostly pugging, so I saw potential in the team, and after talking to them, they knew that I had been a caller, a leader, and I could help go ahead and bring them around. So they brought me on, and I think it'll be a good addition, and I think it'll help us go ahead and get better, and maybe push us over the edge to go ahead and dethrone them.
Alright, well,
Alright.
you've heard Jimmy nikoN, Check 6 Gaming. Hope you guys do great this season, nikoN. And I hope to see you guys in the playoffs and at Season 8 LAN.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, so I cut the recording a little short. nikoN had some shoutouts. nikoN.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors that help us get to the lands and help us online. That would be Pure Track, EO Reality, and the Gigastraps. Thank you for always helping us out with your donations and just in service and everything. So appreciate it, guys.
Alrighty. And again, you've heard it from nikoN. Thanks for taking the time.